Hi guys. How goes it?
Everyone doing good?
Live stream with Mitch and Jazz.
Hope you're ready for some more. We'll give it a moment for some people to hop on. You know about half the guys out there see this title and they're like, ooh.
Do you
Oh,
hate
that's true.
how needy she is? Well,
You're in for a treat. And not like this treat. Okay, I just got to give a little quick backstory. So you know Sparkling Waters? There's this one that we have. Hey Billy Sweeney.
hey Kelsey.
Hey Kelsey. So they have like Perrier sparkling water, and we like to drink that. And I like to drink it when it's cold, like any normal rational person. And Jess
Wait,
had
what do
this
you like to drink cold?
Perrier, like sparkling water.
Oh, you like to drink your sparkling water cold?
Yeah, and like fresh out of the can, right?
Oh, okay.
And so Jess, we use we have this thing that's holding it up. And so we're using the can to hold it up. And I drank some because I was thirsty right before this live stream. It is the worst thing ever if it's room temperature. And I do not recommend it at all. But anyways, I persevered nonetheless, drank it. I'm hydrated, ready to go. What does Billy say? So needy, all that food, water, oxygen. Honestly, it's like she never stops. That's funny. I think Billy, you're brand new to a relationship, so, or maybe on track for that. I don't know. I don't want to say too much.
Hey.
Hey.
We've got 9 people watching.
All right, let's do it.
They want to hear about how much you hate how needy I am.
Well, where do I begin? So this one time, Jess and I, I'm just playing, but for real, Jess and I were noticing this morning. We were working out, and we don't listen to...
He played a different playlist than he typically plays.
Okay, so we go on Spotify, we find like a workout playlist, and then we do that when we do our workout. And I found some sort of like EDM throwback thing, I don't know, we were just listening to it. And we were noticing after like 3 songs that there's this perpetual message in like all of this music.
Every single song, no matter what.
Any guesses on what the message is? Anyone here listen to mainstream music? Drum roll, please. Anyone? Throw it in the comments. What is the message of mainstream music made since at least 2000? Moment of truth. What do you say? Come up with your answer in your head at least. All right, drum roll, please. The message is, I need you. I need you. I need something outside myself to be fulfilled. I need you to make me feel some type of way. I need you right now. Like, baby.
Without you, I'm nothing.
Yeah, without you, I am just lost and all this bullshit.
That you need another person to exist. That another person completes you. That you are nothing without them. And that life cannot go on. It would be so sad to not have you with me. I just need you to exist. Please, I need your love. I need your
Exactly.
time.
You can we could go into like 12 different songs.
Make it right.
Yeah. So that is the issue, okay? Because why is that an issue? Why isn't it? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I need my girlfriend. I need my husband, wife, whoever. Well, you want to take it? You want me to take this? I'm about to go in.
Go in.
Okay. All right. Let me just start this. Okay. None of us are completely independent. Anyone who's like, I don't need nobody, I'm independent, you're a liar. Okay? Because the last time I checked, we all need the sun, we need water, we need oxygen, we need other people. Okay? So don't go lying about that. Yet, if you're in a relationship because you need the other person just to get by for some emotional fix, because like a drug addict addicted to feelings, that's going to run into issues. Because that feeling of like, ooh, I need you, you're going to do things to sabotage them, manipulate them, and like, oh, I'm going to do this to get their attention. Oh, text me back. Oh, I need your attention. Then it's going to backfire on you. Because then you may get the attention. And then you're going to have to do something even bigger and more because you're like looking for this fix. And that is the game you end up playing when you aren't even aware of this whole... It's just a game straight up that people play about neediness and I need you and all that. But now, I mean, we can get into in a moment why is that so common in mainstream music. But yeah, Jess, I'm sure you have some stuff to say about it.
Yeah, so I notice it a lot. It's a pattern in men, for some reason, to label the woman as needy. It's like a meme. It's like a common thread on social media that the woman is needy. And I was doing some writing today and reflecting, and I noticed a pattern that was in myself that I had to work through. And it was that women are, they're inconsistent, they're unstable, they're emotional, all these things, that because they have their period, they're weak. And I was like, whoa, that's like this thing that we've all accepted, this pattern. And it's like, because you're doing that, one, now the woman accepts that this is who I am. This is how I'm expected to be. It gives me an excuse to act this way, and it makes it okay. It's okay for me to say, oh my gosh, I'm on my period and it's so horrible, and I just need some chocolate, and I need a heating pad, and I need extra attention, and I need more during this time because this is happening and it's horrible, okay? First of all, that is a gift. That is a gift that shows that you are powerful and able of procreation. You are able to literally create another human being. That's fantastic. So, first of all, realize that. Second, it's really not as, I understand, I really do, severe symptoms of that stage. But if you understand what it is and what's happening to your body, you can really ground yourself while you're going through that and stabilize, and you can find ways to direct your mind instead of allowing your mind to direct you. Like, seriously, you are able to be stable. You are able to utilize your ability to sense emotions in a constructive way. And women, I found for myself that I hadn't really truly investigated what it meant to be a woman and the powers or the skills that we have that men don't necessarily have. And to understand those things and to embrace those things and to incorporate those things in your day, it gives you so much purpose and power, and it takes away the sense of, I need a man. I need him because I'm not able to do the things that he can do as well as he can do, and I'm powerless without him. And I need his attention, and I need him to take care of me, and without him, I just can't do it. I can't do life. And it's not to say that you have to go on the opposite spectrum and become a complete feminist that's like, I don't need no man, and I can do it all on my own, and I'm just as good as him. Okay. Men have specific things that they're good at. Women have specific things that they're good at.
Getting into some dangerous territory here, Jess. I'm just playing. You can look into all this stuff. We have a whole podcast on this.
Anyways, so if you can truly embrace those things and understand your abilities and skills and things that you've been gifted with, then it's not that I need him, it's that I understand how he will complement me as a partner, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. And so within being in a relationship and really pursuing the things that you're doing, you can figure out, oh, these are the things that I'm naturally good at, and so these are the things that I can do 100%, all of them. And he can do the things that he's good at, all of them, so that we have our complete, full focus on the tasks at hand. Instead of splitting the cleaning 50-50, okay, I'm much better at cleaning than he is. And that's not to say that he can't do it and that he couldn't do it to my standard if I asked him to. It just comes more naturally to me. And I enjoy doing it. And so it just makes sense. And that's how I see, at least today, reflecting on just like these programs that were running in my head of just like assumptions of women. And so make sure you really investigate those points for yourself if you have them within you, whether you are male or female. Because just like assuming that is not going to be productive within the relationship.
Well, yeah, and then if you don't know where you're coming from in a relationship and you haven't actually investigated that for yourself, it's inevitable that you're going to feel some sort of neediness toward your partner, where they're going to give you some sort of emotional fulfillment or whatever it is. And it's not to say that that stuff is bad. Like, it's good to have a partnership. I myself am way, infinitely more productive and able to get stuff done because I know that I am creating on behalf of not just myself, but also for Jessica, then eventually when we have a family. So that's a good thing. So leverage that. Yet, there's a key distinction here. It's subtle. But it's when you're looking to your partner to fulfill something within you that you actually got to fulfill for yourself. It's like a real fundamental need that you have for yourself. Like, let's say closure on something from the past, or some sort of self-confidence or self-esteem or something like that, that only you can give yourself. Yet, because of mainstream music and mainstream media and everything, it's like, no, I need to get it from them. And like, we're just too like broken people, but like when we come together, we somehow like fix each other or something. It's like, that's just not an effective way of looking at it, because it doesn't have to be the case. Yeah,
and it's like, it's beyond just the woman being needy. We see it time and time again where, you know, one of the person, male or female in the relationship or whatever, they're completely emotionally unstable. And they expect the other person to be the stability that they need. And they completely abdicate the responsibility of working through it for themselves. And that is one of the most destructive things that you could do in a relationship. And one of the most selfish things that you could do to another person.
Have you ever watched Planet Earth? Have you seen Planet Earth? Like the documentary series?
Documentary, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so there's like different types of animals and organisms. There's like symbiotic, where they're like giving to each other, right? And then there's parasites. Be honest with yourself in your relationship with your partner.
Yep.
Is it symbiotic? Are you actually giving to each other, or is it parasitical? Parasitical. Because if it is, you gotta address that. Because I promise you, if you don't address it, it will blow up in your face.
And it could be even in the most minute ways that you may not even be aware of. And it will take time for you to even grow in awareness. But it could be in a slight subtlety of a tone that you use when saying something to the other person to try and emotionally manipulate them to do something. Or it might be a way that you go about, like your starting point in doing things for the other person, like, oh, I'm gonna do this because I know that they'll say thank you and give me a kiss on the cheek, and you know you're gonna get something in return. And so it's like a selfish way of give as you want to receive, instead of just, no, I will freely give to this person within my skill set and everything that I'm good at, knowing that they're doing the same thing. And it's like this symbiotic relationship that you develop. And it's not necessarily to say that as soon as you're in a relationship, it's just gonna flow and you both are gonna know exactly what to do and who's the best at what and it's just perfect. No. Especially if you've been in a relationship for a while, you've developed these patterns that you're set, and it's gonna take some breaking of patterns and destruction in order to build back up and in order to really investigate and see what it means to be in a symbiotic relationship. Because it's not that I need Mitch, okay? It's that I see that we both have a similar goal in life. And so we complement each other. And so we're living that out now. And if he didn't exist, I would have had to find somebody else who was similar in the goals in life. But he does exist, and we found each other, and so we decided to go on this journey together. And yeah, that's great. But if you say that I need him to give me these compliments, and I need him to fulfill these emotional instabilities that I have, and I need him to, it's when you're not complete and you expect them to complete you. Instead of you being complete and them being complete and you coming together. Mm-hmm. That's when it becomes a needy relationship.
Yeah. Which one's more powerful? The one where people are at 50-50 or the one where you each at 100 or dang near close to it?
Right.
So now let's make this practical before we close it out. For people who are in a relationship and you notice that there is a sense of neediness, either you're being needy toward your partner or your partner is being needy toward you, and like we titled the video, and let's say you hate it, or you really don't like how needy they are, or even you've been okay with it, right? What can you do about it? Well, identify what it is. Is there some emotional need? Is there a physical need? Does this person, let's say, so much of this, women really, on a base level, need to feel secure and safe. I mean, we all do as humans, but women especially. Mm-hmm. And so, guys, if you're not at a point where you're creating income and money for yourself, and you're able to provide for her, you got to look at that point. And I realize everyone has their own stage that they're in, but if you're looking for a place to focus on and head to, I mean, to be able to physically provide needs is critical. Otherwise, she will, on an underlying level, be in stress mode. And I know you've seen it in relationships. Maybe it is your relationship where if the guy, if money's not being brought in, that female in the relationship will act in ways and go into, in a sense, like mama bear mode and okay, well, if you can't bring the money, I'll go figure it out myself. So I'm just putting words, we're both putting words to stuff that you probably see in your relationship or in others, because again, it's easier to see it in other people. But you got to really be honest and look at what is happening with the needs in the relationship. So there's physical needs, then there's also emotional needs. And if she needs quality time, genuinely needs, you both need quality time together, obviously. But if she needs quality time, at 2 or 3 parts throughout the day, and you can honestly say, yeah, that makes sense, then work that into your schedule. Be present with each other. Ask questions, understand what they need, and it's this back and forth of conversation where then the relationship can actually flourish. And if you're not willing to have that kind of conversation with your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, I mean, that should be a big red flag, straight up.
Yeah, so a way that conversation can go is investigating what is actually necessary and what is needy. And the difference is what is you trying to fulfill yourself through the other person, or you are fulfilled and see doing this thing would benefit both of you. So look at that for yourself and see where am I looking for external fulfillment? Where am I abdicating responsibility? And what are the things that I don't want to look at? Because they may be scary and they may be very painful and they may be scars from the past that you have yet to work through. And it may be difficult. it may be seemingly impossible to work through these things, but it is possible. But not through another person.
Yeah.
Only you can work through those points for yourself, because only you are you. Mitchell is not me. He cannot heal any of my wounds. He cannot work through any of my bad programming for me. He can't fix issues that's going on internally for me. Never. He cannot do that. He can put a Band-Aid on it for me.
I can distract him.
He can distract me from working through it. That's when it's a needy. I need him to distract me from working through it. And yeah, it may feel great in the moment. And it may be like, oh my goodness, if I try to work through that, it's going to be horrible. I'm going to cry. I'm going to be uncomfortable. I'm going to get mad. I'm going to want to punch my hand through the wall, whatever it is, right? And so you're like, but it'd be so much better if I just spent time with this person, or they just held me, or they wrote me a nice note, or they made me a nice meal, we went on a date. Like, that just sounds so much more enjoyable. And I would much rather have those positive emotions or comfort in my life than have to work through all this crap. Well, if you do that, then you'll always have this crap. And it'll always come up. And it'll always be there. But if you actually work through it, which may take time, may take years, but then these times will feel even better because you're not doing it to cover up and suppress the other things. You're just doing it because you actually enjoy the presence of the other person.
Mm-hmm. And that's living expression at its finest, really, because the starting point is pure. The intention is pure. It's, I want to be here with you. And we're doing it because it's the best thing. It's just like common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can actually enjoy it probably for the first time in your entire life. So if you want to know what that feels like, to actually just be here and enjoy being with someone, not from some weird manipulation point, not because it's distracting you, not because you're singing along to Calvin Harris on the radio and you're like, I need you, and whatever. Just because it's who you are. To just be a expression, a living expression, and then you and the other can actually build and create together, and do something that can then ripple out and impact and affect millions or billions of people's lives. So that's what this is about. So if you hate how needy she is, first, check yourself, because she's probably a mirror for you. Second, have those conversations, because she may be trying to manipulate you, or he, or whatever, okay? But take a deep breath, plan out the conversation beforehand, don't just snap at them. And through that process of being able to unpack these conversations, hey, sit down, watch some of our YouTube videos together. The ones that Jess and I have made, we have a whole playlist on YouTube. And start to look at this together and open up these conversations, because, yeah, it may be a little uncomfortable, but I promise you, when you start working through this stuff, it's the best feeling ever.
Yeah.
And it's just in general the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Any closing thoughts? We should write a song sometime. We're working on a mixtape, by the way.
We
inside scoop.
We move into our first home tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we'll have a whole room for music, studio, recording, podcasts. So you'll be getting much more content from us, and eventually that mixtape will come out, and we'll actually speak real truth and constructive words for your relationship instead of needy songs that are on the radio right now. And don't take our word for it. Next time you turn on the radio, just listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
And they're completely dependent. They're perpetuating a dependency on other beings. And yeah, that's about it. That's
basically, yeah.
Yeah, we heard those songs this morning and we're like, oh, that's what we're gonna do our live stream on.
Yeah, so stop perpetuating the cycle. Realize that you can actually work through all the shit within you. And again, if you're starting to see like, oh, she's needy, it's bothering me, I kind of hate it, or I really hate it, look at it for yourself. It's worth looking at, because if you don't, it will keep coming back, and it will get louder and louder and louder and louder until you change. So take control of it, direct it, and I promise you'll live a better life than you could have even imagined. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned for more.